Good morning, ACT. It is Wednesday, August 11th, 2021, and we're going to continue the theme of pedestrian safety. So I'm going to share my screen, make sure I have sound, and bring up my lesson. Now I'm going to put my presentation in present mode so it's easier for everybody to see. So again, just a reminder, when you get in your classrooms, I know you like to sit outside and talk to your friends, but you need to come in, check your schedule, especially if there's been any changes for that day. Get your binders and sit with your group. That way the teacher could get started on their lesson. So again, today is August 11th, 2021. And as you can see here, the theme today, or my lesson, is going to be on signs. Like, you need to be able to read what this sign says, or what this sign means right here. So, reading signs is really important for your safety. So our anticipatory set today is, think of a sign, think of a time when you've seen signs. What were they telling you and why were they there? So pause the video for discussion. All right, the objective today is to learn about different signs, pedestrian signs in the community. They're symbols, because some of them, even noticing the way they're shaped, helps you to read them, and the way we use them in the ACT program. So actually, it is part of your reading, is to read the sign and then interpret and identify what it means. So we're going to review some words. Pedestrian. Who can tell me what pedestrian means? Remember, a lot of times in the lesson, we have visual cues like this guy right here to help us with our definitions. So it says a person walking in the community. Next, which one is a pedestrian? Is it A or B? If you said A, you would be correct. Remember, it's about being a person and out in the community and walking. Which one of these is a pedestrian? Write it on your whiteboard. If you said B, you would be correct. This is one of our students. She was walking out in the community, and I love that she is away from the curb. She pressed the button, and she's paying attention to the street. Which ones of these pictures, A or B, is a pedestrian? Write your answers on your whiteboard. You said A, you would be correct. I mean, that person on the bike is out in the community, but he's not walking. Which one of these shows pedestrians? You said B, you would be correct. They're walking in a crosswalk, they're being safe. Now, today we're going to talk about pedestrian signs. Signs that help us identify things, like right here. Don't walk, walk. Again, kind of same thing, but in a different form. And even symbols and signs like this help us to know direction or where something's at. McDonald's, I bet you all know that sign. So please write the word pedestrian signs. Make sure you got your worksheet out from yesterday. All right. So after you get done writing the word, which one do you think is the definition of pedestrian sign? Is it the distance you keep between yourself and other people? Or is it pictures we see in the community that keep us safe? If you said pictures that we see in the community keep us safe, you would be correct. Please write the definition. So now we're going to go over a lot of examples about pedestrian signs that you might see as you're in the communities. So I'm going to give you some examples. When waiting to cross the street, you might see these signs. What do you think this one means? If you said it was a walk symbol, that you would be correct. Safe to walk. What do you think this sign means? That's a symbol right there for don't walk. Not safe. What does the timer mean? So you see the hands, it says stop, and then you have numbers. Doesn't mean you have 14 seconds to run across the street. Means walk a little faster to cross safely, but you have to pay attention. But if you're already, if you're not in the crosswalk yet, you don't cross. Now, crosswalks can look a little different. This is a crosswalk. It's not solid lines, but you want to stay within the solid lines. So you want to walk in this line and in this line and stay mostly in the middle here. That way you're the safest if you're in between the lines like that. Does anybody remember what it's called? You walk outside the lines, like if you walk over here or over here, what is that called? If you said jaywalking, you would be correct. Now, here's different crosswalk warning signs to help you be safe. As you can see, the people are in a crosswalk, and it, like this symbol right here, this symbol right here, it says ped crossing. So that might be a very high area where people are walking. In this one over here, anybody know what that is? So this one right here, we see it all the time. Who can identify it? If you said a school crossing, you would be correct. Oh, these are crosswalk buttons. So when you go to a busy intersection, you press this button to make the lights turn to have the traffic stop. So can I have a volunteer to read this sign right here? And then read this one, and then this one, and then this one. Start crossing, watch vehicles. Don't start. So if you see the orange sign up, you're not supposed to start crossing. If there's timer in it, make sure if you're already in there that you finish crossing. That orange hand means don't cross. To cross Pedestrian Avenue, push the button. So it triggers a light to make sure the traffic is going to stop. So here's safety tip number 1. Orange, do not step into the street. Okay, so if it's already orange, you stop, you don't go. And you have to wait for, I like to say, the pedestrian sign, the white pedestrian sign. That's when you can walk. Safety tip number 2. If you are already in the street and you see me, the orange hand in 14 seconds, walk directly to the other side of the street. Don't go backwards, keep going. So we're gonna watch this video. And hopefully we'll get some volume. There was some this morning. This is called Explore Signs. And if not, we can actually even just watch this one.
Welcome to Special Vids for Special Kids.
So we're gonna go over what these
Railroad crossing. Watch out for trains when you see these signs. Exit. Follow this sign to leave a building. Bike lane. Bicycles can use this lane to ride in. Handicap sign. Follow this sign to find an easier way to get in a building or to handicap accessible bathrooms. EMS. This sign is on specific vehicles that will take you to the hospital in an emergency. No bicycles. You can't ride a bike here. Beware of dog. Stay away if you see this sign. Slippery when wet. The floor may be slippery when you see this sign. Bicycle crossing. Bicycles can go across the road here. Hospital. Follow this sign to get to a hospital. Stop. When you see a stop sign, do not do what you are doing. Police line. Do not go into the area that this line is around. Yield. Wait for others to pass. Fire alarm. Do not pull a fire alarm. If you hear the alarm, you have to get out of the building. Danger of death. Do not go into this area. Pedestrian crossing. You may walk across a road when you see this sign. Danger. You may get hurt if you go to where this sign is. Walk. You may cross the street when you see this sign, but when you see the hand, you need to hurry. Look both ways. You must look both ways to cross the road. Caution, watch your step. This sign means the ground may be cracked or bumpy, or steps are nearby. Public telephone. There will be a phone you can use nearby when you see this sign. School crossing. You may cross the street to go to school here. Do not enter. You can't go that way. One way. You can only go in one direction when you see this sign. Handicap parking. If you have a handicap sticker, you may park here.
All right. So those were a lot of signs identified in the community. So for our closing activity today, did you learn about some new signs? What do you think? Why is pedestrian signs important? So tell your teacher what you learned today and maybe where you've seen the sign or why you think it is important. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. And that is my lesson on pedestrian signs.